Sheboygan, Michigan. We are live.
Michigan.
Shout out to everybody in Sheboygan right now.
Shout out to all 6 of you.
You know what's great? We're gonna get a couple extra viewers this week because we said Sheboygan like 3 times in the intro.
Sheboygan.
Yeah, they're gonna like pipe it to him over there.
Pipe it to him, literally.
Ryan's talking and nobody can hear him.
Fine.
Oh, he's
Season
back.
two.
Oh, holy shit. Okay.
He's back.
Is this scuffed? Is this scuffed?
Yeah, you didn't.
What'd you say before season 2?
Sorry. Hold on. Actually, I need to set my thing as do not disturb. For some reason, when I get like alerts, it like kills my mic. And I got the alert that we went live, and then it killed my mic. Anyway, welcome to week 9, season 2 of the Quick Slants Football Show. How you guys doing?
Doing all right.
Wait, you gotta do the intros, bro.
Oh, I am your host, Ryan, with my fellow co-host, Ben, or Devin. I don't know
Which one is it?
Ben and Devin. Yeah, my fellow co-host. What's up, guys?
What up?
Nailed it. First time.
We've only done this 9 times. We'll get it, though. We'll get it.
Yeah.
Get it on the 10th.
That's right. Since it's a charm, bro.
Dude, I see you're wearing your Steelers gear today, huh?
Yeah, black and yellow. Nah, I like this shirt though. It's clean. I don't have a lot of yellow in my closet. You guys, I'm assuming, have no yellow.
I wear like 2 colors. It's like black and gray.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I've seen you in anything but black in a long, long time.
I literally, when you open up my closet, it's just 20 black shirts and hoodies and
I just got flash banged.
Black shorts and black socks.
Seattle highlight.
Yo, Grits IRL. Welcome aboard to the Quick Slants Football Show.
What's up, Grits IRL? I like that wave, dude.
Dude, I had no idea Seattle was wearing those throwbacks. Those are clean.
Those are sick. A lot of people wearing different jerseys this week. Speaking of a team wearing different jerseys, we're gonna just start where we always start because we have to start there. The Detroit Lions.
Green Bay Packers. Oh shit.
Green Bay Packers.
What a dumpster fire, am I right?
Yeah, actually, we're not going to talk about them today at all because there's no reason to.
Well, there's kind of a reason.
Okay, what's the reason? Do you want to talk about the Packers before we get into the Lions?
They hurt Kirk Cousins.
Oh, yeah. We love Kirk Cousins. If we weren't Lions fans, we'd all be Kirk Cousins fans.
I am a Kirk Cousins fan. Yeah, 100%. Since day one.
We love Kirk. Michigan State. Yep. Pride of Michigan State. They're having a rough time right now. So
go green, Devin. Go green.
Go green and white. Let's go.
White.
Hell yeah,
bro. Just for the record, I do, in the heat of the moment, I do hate Michigan State, but generally speaking, I don't hate Michigan State. I've always liked the dark green, like that forest green color. I always thought their colors, the Spartans, cool.
Campus is nice.
Yeah, campus is nice. My sister went there. Your sister went there. Your brother went there. I mean, they're cool, you know, but
sometimes they're not cool. But
my brother went to Eastern Michigan, and speaking of Eastern Michigan, the Lions faced off against the Raiders with Max Crosby, who went to Eastern Michigan.
Donated $1 million to
donated
Eastern Michigan before the game.
Right out of his mouth.
Yeah, they are gonna name the stadium after him. Pretty cool,
wild,
right?
Huh?
That's how much it costs to get a stadium named after you. It was $1 million.
I just feel like they would have already had a name, and it was like, you know, the Jim Stevens, and he founded the football team or something. Like,
yeah. Do they still have the gray turf?
I don't think so.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like Boise State, Ryan, like the blue, but it's like gray.
It's like light gray. Yeah.
I apparently don't watch a lot of Eastern Michigan games.
Nobody does.
Nobody does. It's all right, bro. You're not alone.
But does that mean if like a wide receiver came out and he was like the next Randy Moss and he like made a whole bunch of money and was like, I'll give you 10 million, and they're like, all right, and they just scrape Max Crosby off?
I think.
How does that work?
No, I think
I don't think so.
honor
it's a lifelong thing.
You
like Charlie Batch, man. I mean, fuck.
Did he donate $1 million?
Maybe.
Did he have $1 million?
Dude, I met that guy at a Meijer in Wixom. For the record, I got my picture with him. I was like 8 years old.
I don't think he has the capital then. He's at the Meijer.
Dude, he did like a meet and greet at the Meijer. He probably got paid like $150 for that appearance.
Some free steaks.
I can't even buy groceries anymore. All right. So, yeah, Lions beat the Raiders 26-14 on Monday Night Football. I watched the game with Devin. It was exciting. It was up, it was down, it was left, it was right. But all in all, yeah, they made it look kind of easy towards the end of the game. Goff had a pick six. I'm assuming you guys have both seen this pick six where him and Amon-Ra weren't on the same page, but that was kind of like the biggest.
That ball was 100% Jared Goff.
Yeah, that was kind of like the biggest issue. Couple of fumbles. There was a fumble by each of our Reynolds guys. With Craig's. Do you guys think that was a fumble? I don't know if you saw the fumble, Ben, but
didn't. I haven't seen much of this game.
We fumbled the ball kind of like the 5-yard line ish.
It wasn't even like a fumble. It was like he was like laying on his back at the bottom of a pile, and Max Crosby came in and ripped the ball out.
But he was
like, the play was like, it was clear like the forward motion was stopped. There was like nothing going on.
The problem
and the play was pretty much over, but they didn't blow the whistle. But he was probably laying on somebody. Yeah, but they called it a. Go ahead. You're about to say what
I was going to say. They ruled it a fumble on the play. So you know what that means, Ben, and anybody else knows. That means you have to have literal proof that he didn't fumble.
Yeah.
So when it's close, they just rule with what they had. They just said he fumbled.
If you go watch this, his like head is on the ground essentially, and he still has the ball in his hand, but you can't see like his body on the ground.
But your head counts.
Well, I don't know if his like I don't know the exact thing.
It was like his really legs were underneath a bunch of people, and then his body was like coming down, and as his like shoulder was about to hit, Crosby like ripped out the ball. Yeah, like his lower half was already like laying down.
Yeah, but I guess the argument's like maybe he was on top of people, but like I don't know. It looks kind of sketchy.
I think if they ruled it the other way initially, I think that play would have been play stands Lions ball.
Right. Either way, I agree. And then there was a really bad fumble by Josh Reynolds. That one felt. I don't know like how you felt about it. I mean, I watched it with Devin, but when that happened, it felt like an old Lions thing. Like that was something that would happen to the old Lions team, and they would really let that
bad like skill position players. Like Reynolds back in the day would be like a town favorite, and he'd be great, and like, but he's
sack center.
Yes,
that's a good example.
Perfect example. We were all hyped. It's like, oh hell yeah, he came out of college, this white running back, and he would like score some touchdowns. But he wasn't any good. Joique Bell was okay, but
Wayne State connection.
He wasn't that good.
We had a receiving back for a really long time. What was his name?
Reggie Bush?
Mir Abdullah?
No. Dang it. I don't know. I'll look it up later.
David Best?
No, he was like our third down back. Like that's all he did. I'll look it
Smith?
Up. No, stop naming bad running backs. He was okay.
We have a lot of them to name. We keep going.
I know.
Like, not Corey Schlesinger. Hell yeah.
Hey, man, not Jahmyr Gibbs, because Jahmyr Gibbs had a crazy game. He had kind of what quote unquote breakout game. 26 carries, 152 yards, a touchdown, 5 catches on 5 targets for 37 yards. He just looked good. Devin, what did you think from Gibbs? You watched this game from first snap to last snap. What did you think? I mean, do you think he looked different? How did you think he played?
Yeah, I would say I know it's kind of like obvious, but as the game went on, he was unleashing a different level. Like that first couple quarters, he was running okay. But he looked like an average running back. Then something happened where he got almost pissed off. It reminded me of a boxer, and they're in a fight, and you get hit with a hard jab, and it's like, all right, motherfucker, now we're fighting, huh? That's kind of the mentality he had when he was running. He got popped one time, or somebody said some shit. Oh, yeah, Rook, you ain't shit, or something. He's like, all right, dude. Okay, you want to see? And he, I have the stats here, 26 carries, 152, averaged 5.8 a carry on 26 attempts, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a good day.
But then, I'll flash it again. Right behind him, Craig Reynolds, 14 attempts, 74 yards, 5.3 a carry. We were dominating the line of scrimmage.
That's a lot of rushing yards, and we ran the ball 43-12.
For a team can put together 220
with
yards.
a banged up offensive line, sorry.
We were a team that didn't have a 100-yard rusher for like 8 years.
Yeah, for a long time.
We had 220 in this game, and it wasn't like it was like, oh, all of a sudden we had like the best game ever. It's like this has been consistent. Like we have our number 1 running back out, and our 2 and 3 are technically like busting ass. It's awesome.
Well, the crazy,
you could tell like he just wanted to get in the end zone. Like he had a couple runs that were like down in the red zone, like, and he was just like pushing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he was not gonna go down. Like it was like not even, he wasn't getting tackled. They were like pulling him to the ground.
Yeah, I would say that the big thing too that we've all experienced before is our offensive line going into the game. We are already missing 2 starters, Ragnow and Jonah Jackson, which he hasn't played like all year. And the guy that was replacing him at left guard also got hurt, so Dan Skipper had to come in and play guard. And Dan Skipper played really well again. I'm telling you, bro, with these random ragtag offensive linemen, man, we're still running the ball and we're still getting it done.
I think it's like the right people, bro. And you think about like our coach and like everything, like the culture and all that shit, like it feels like it just is like everywhere. Like everybody
for sure
is on the same page, and it's like it is kind of that next man up because everybody kind of knows what to do.
Yeah.
They're not as good, but sometimes, but
now one thing, not to be, full Lions love here. One thing I will just get off the rip, Ryan, you're watching the game with me. I was really upset about the whole thing. That beginning of that game, you can't go to the red zone 4 times and get 3 field goals. If you're playing anybody that's not the fucking Raiders, that, spoiler alert, they fired their fucking coach. We won 26-14. Those 3 field goals, we get touchdowns. That's 21 points in the first quarter. We're up 21-0, and we won this game 26-14. That's the difference between you're fucking elite and the best of the best, and you're just good. So if I had to say a couple negatives, I did not like not being able to turn red zone trips in. I think it was our 5th one before we scored a touchdown. Not good.
I think that was the loss of Montgomery, and I don't think Gibbs had figured it out yet.
It was our play call too, bro. Ryan, bro, that was abysmal down there.
Yeah, they were struggling. They were running. I mean, it was Gibbs, but he wouldn't even have a chance on it. It would be like first down, Gibbs run, didn't get anything. They're like, run it back.
They played like they wanted the 3. They either played like one of 2 things.
13.
They either played like they were going to go for it on 4th down, which they didn't, or they were playing like they were cool with the field goal. Either one's not good.
It was weird. I mean, how many drives went like this, or a set of downs went like a run to Gibbs, he got 2 yards. Another run, he lost 2 yards. It's 3rd and 10, first down Amon-Ra. Like that's happened like 4 or 5 times. Like it's crazy when your team can do that. They're consistently getting those 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8.
That was the that was the good side of that was well, I'm looking at the stats. We were 16 for 14 on 3rd downs, and they were 1 for 9.
What were we?
6 for 14.
Oh, okay.
3rd down
for 14. Yeah, no, that's not great.
But we had 29 first downs in the game compared to their 12.
Right. I mean, they were really bad.
And we ran double the plays than them.
They had that one drive. It was like the Josh Jacobs drive where he just they just destroyed us, and they just ran down the field and scored.
It was brutal.
That one, and I'm like, oh god. And then our defense played really well after that. We had 6 sacks, a forced fumble, interception. Anzalone had 2 sacks on that final drive to kind of seal up the game, which was sweet. McNeil had a couple sacks as well. I know you were hyping him up during the game. I mean, the offensive for the Raiders looked bad, but I credit it to, the Lions as well. I mean, I don't think the offense for the Raiders was good to begin with, but they definitely, how many times do we see the Lions play against those bad or, lower end teams, and they play down to their level? And I don't think we played down to their level, at least on our, our defensive side.
Well, we clearly controlled that game.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot, even though the score was kind of close, there wasn't really a point of that game where I'm like, that Jacobs drive was kind of tough.
Yeah.
But I was never really worried about that game, in the second half.
Okay. I think I was there with you, Ryan. when we were up 16-14, after all that we're dominating, and then Jared Goff throws that's what it was. It was a pick six for them to get to 14, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was like, uh-oh.
And you said he had to respond, and he responded.
He responded, bro, because big dick Goff, bro. People, when is everybody gonna stop sleeping on this dude, bro?
When he stops throwing fucking pick sixes.
Yeah, but then he went out and dominated. Like, dude, it happens. And he talked about it, bro. He immediately knew. He was like, bro, that was a terrible fucking pass, and that was 100% my fault.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but then he came out and dominated.
We like Goff. I mean, I think if it's Aaron Rodgers right there, he's blaming Amon-Ra, you know? I like that about Goff. But
I mean,
tough.
You said, the problem was he tried throwing the ball out. That was what was weird. It wasn't like it was like an intended pass. Like he was trying to throw it out. He even said he was trying. He said he was trying to throw it out. Did he
confirm that? I mean, it was right by Amon-Ra.
I think he said it was like one of the like. That's the problem. It was like a 50-50. He like kind of threw it where he could catch it, but was kind of throwing it out just in case, you know.
Yeah, just get it out of bounds, dude.
Just throw it, dude.
So I don't know if you guys have anything else before I kind of move on to the fallout of this game.
I have one thing.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'm worried about Jameson Williams. I'm worried that he can't catch.
Did have a really bad drop. He did have a really big catch in this game, but he did have a really bad drop in this game.
He had 6 targets, no catches against the Ravens.
And he had 2 catches for 16 yards this game.
He's only getting, in the other 2 games before that, he had 3 for 2, 3 for 2.
And we just traded for Donovan Peoples-Jones. Just saying.
We just traded for another wide receiver because we played a game without Marvin, and I think that they know that we don't really have like a second weapon.
Besides Amon-Ra and Laporta.
Yeah, and Gibbs out of the backfield, and then you have Reynolds fumbling the ball. I mean, I get the move for Donovan Peoples-Jones. We can talk about it now, but that was kind of our key addition. Yep, Michigan guy, went to Michigan.
Return guy too, bro. He returns punts. He's good.
He went to Detroit.
Cass Tech.
Cass Tech, yeah.
Yeah, he graduated Cass Tech. They're really good.
But I remember when he was getting recruited and stuff.
Yep. Dude, what's his name went there too? Allen Robinson.
Really?
Yeah, went to Cass Tech and then went to Penn State, right?
Yeah, he did go to. I know he went to Penn State. He was really good at Penn State.
Yeah, I think he was like a Cass Tech prodigy guy. But anyways, I do agree with you, Ben. My panic meter on Jameson is definitely starting to tick. My patience with him is starting to tick a little bit. It's not necessarily his fault, but like when you're injured for your whole first year and then you get in trouble for gambling and then we miss you for the whole time, and then you come back and you haven't really done anything besides the 1 touchdown, I get a little bit worried. And you're dropping the ball.
Yeah.
That's such a...
And it's not like Jared Goff's like some elite like thrower. Let's be real. I love Jared Goff, but like not like he's got insane zip on the ball that's like breaking his finger. Like catch the ball,
he doesn't
bro.
Throw it very hard.
Maybe that's a problem. Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. If Jameson Williams was listening right now, you think he would say that?
Bro. I mean,
blame Jared Goff on Quick Slants football show.
I don't think it's Jared Goff. I just think maybe it's a concentration thing, maybe to just getting in the groove of things. But I mean, he's going to practice every day. He's in practice, and I mean, I'm assuming he's catching his balls in practice.
And they're still high on him. They still talk highly. I think it's probably like an expectation thing. I think he knows he's behind the 8 ball a little bit, and he needs to be who he thinks he can be. And I think he can be there.
We kind of got him where we got him because he was hurt. So, I mean, it's kind of baked into the value that we got him. So we got to understand that first year's kind of chalked. And then this year,
crazy, bro. I saw like a graphic. I don't know how true it is the trade that, like, if you look at the pieces we got now for that Matthew Stafford trade, it's insane. We got Jared Goff, Jamar Gibbs, Jameson, Laporta. We got, there's a couple ones that weren't that great. Melifoni or whatever, like a corner.
He still plays, right? He's on our team still.
I think so, but it's not like that crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's really crazy. Like at that time, obviously being, Detroit fans, and Stafford was the best QB we've ever had. Still to this day. I mean,
absolutely.
Jared Goff is doing good, but don't get me, I'm not that crazy. Like Stafford's the best QB we've ever had.
Imagine with this team.
Dude, it'd be crazy, right?
But it's like getting rid of him to get the team, which is crazy.
True. But that's why, like, when we traded him, it was like definitely sad, and it was like, fuck, you know.
But it was time. We had put in.
It was
like,
time,
as much
dude.
as we could.
That's why when he talked about it, like it's time to move on, and it's like that's why I wasn't like too upset. I will say when he won the Super Bowl, all that kind of went out the window. Where I was like,
we had said it since we were in like that fucking. When did we draft him? 08, 09?
09, because we drafted Calvin in high
school. Like immediately, we were talking about how he's going to win a Super Bowl with a different team. We would just say like the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. And then he went to the Rams the first year and won a fucking Super Bowl.
Dude, if he would have gone to any good team and any of the time that he was on the Lions, he would have won a Super Bowl right away.
I like had flashbacks. I'm myself included saying shit, but like a lot of people like saying like how Matthew Stafford could never win a Super Bowl. And it's like his first time outside Detroit, he wins a Super Bowl. Like I don't know how more validating could you get than that? You know?
Yeah.
Really crazy. Good for him. But like I said, the whole point of why we're talking about this, the weapons we got, Laporta, Gibbs, you know, Jared Goff. That we have a QB that's still playing from that trade. I mean, everybody thought Jared Goff was gone that first year.
Yeah, we would have had to draft a quarterback with that high pick.
Now we can draft some other positions we need, and like,
yeah,
Ben led to like Hutch, and I mean, there's so much, dude. Crazy.
We're in a good spot for sure.
We're in a good spot.
Hutch, I mean, like, just our team is so much better.
Yeah. But yeah, so good win bye week. We got a pretty easy schedule ish. When we come back, we do got to play the Chargers right off the bye. A little worrisome, but yeah, we talked about the Lions for like 20 minutes, so I think we're safe to move on.
Yeah, Lions, bro. All right, so to move on, we're gonna move on to the Lions' opponent, the Raiders, who after this game, kind of blew it up. Not really. I don't know why they didn't make any moves at the trade deadline. You think they would have shipped out some pieces, but so they fire their head coach and their GM. So Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler is their GM. Ziegler, my bad. Dave, my bad. So they give them the boot on Halloween, which we love. I think that's
spooky.
Isn't that like spooky season? So ironic.
Funny. While he's trick or treating.
Yeah, homie's like trick or treating gets a call. Hey, listen, Josh. Sorry, we're making a change, man.
About that. I'm sure he felt it was coming. I would think.
Yeah, probably.
BG also benched. Interesting. So, and then the head coach is going to be Antonio Pierce.
I'm pumped about that.
Former player.
Yeah, former player Antonio Pierce. I don't know this GM person. This guy, Champ Kelly. Don't know who that is.
Some guy.
Brian's uncle.
Yeah. Okay.
And Chip.
Brian. Yeah, Chip. Is he related to Chip? Maybe it's just Chip.
Chip and Champ.
Chip and Champ, dude.
Like a mustache.
Combo, dude. Yeah. They're like, it's like looks exactly like fucking dude.
Champ, what's up?
Yeah. And then Aiden O'Connell to be the QB.
Did you see that? It was a source that said it, but I read something that was like thoughts on why he's the quarterback, and then like the response was he's the only good one we have, or something like that.
I mean,
why not? Who else?
Well, give him a run. Who cares? I am a little surprised with them. What are they, 3-5? It seems like you paid Jimmy G. Maybe you would want to try to roll with Jimmy G, but obviously this team's taking a different outlook, and maybe they're just. Do you think they're trying to lose and tank and get a QB? Do you think they just want to see what they have in this kid? Do you think they're trying to win? What do you guys think? I guess starting with Ben.
Okay. I was gonna say just real quick. Sorry. Real quick. No, I think the problem is my take, and Ben, you might agree with this. Is I think the locker room's gone. I don't think anybody wants to play with Jimmy G.
I think that's the issue. I think that fucking Josh McDaniels and everybody, they lost the locker room because they traded away a bunch of good players and got rid of a bunch of good players. They ran people off. Like homeboy, what was his name? Linebacker who lost his mind.
Chandler Jones.
Correct, him. Like that shit doesn't happen. I feel like that shit doesn't happen if there's not something real to it. Still, you know what I mean? Especially if like all the other players are pissed. Like they've been mad all year.
They
They
brought in
ran.
all these Patriots players, like
They ran
literally.
Derek Carr out of the place. Like homeboy came there to play with them, Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
And they ran him out after 1 year, and then brought in Garoppolo, brought in a bunch of Patriots guys, fucking Jacoby Myers, and like, who else did they brought? What the fuck else did they get?
I feel like they had a lot. I mean, I don't know exactly who all they brought in, but I know they had a bunch of defensive players they brought in too.
They brought in like a couple of tight ends. They drafted a tight end. I just feel like their team sucks. And then they have these like really good players, and they've paid the players, and I think they fired the coach and the GM to like stand with the players.
No, I think they made the right call. I think that's what the general consensus around the league was, and I think that the ownership actually did the right thing. And
I just can't believe who in their right mind thought Josh McDaniels was a good idea. I think we talked about that when he got hired years ago. I think we talked about that, how bad that was.
Dude, I knew everything I needed to know about him when he took the job with the Colts and then just bailed.
Yeah, just left, bro. That was so weird.
Yeah,
he seems like a weird guy.
He does. He seems like a weird guy. Like, dude, and you compound that with like superstar players you're bringing in. You just moved to fucking Las Vegas, primetime market. You're kind of the buzz a little bit, and then
hire a guy with a visor.
And then you guys and then everything which you guys named. It's like, yeah, you become the essentially laughing. I'm honestly surprised they won 3 games.
Darren Waller out of there. That guy was like a fucking superstar that like came from nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like he played there forever.
Yeah, they took a chance on him and built him up, and then the Derek Carr thing is just brutal, man. Running him out of town, and
none of it makes any sense.
It's crazy over there, man.
And I think
McDaniels. I think it's a McDaniels thing.
I think that they let the GM make those choices. Like, hey, I'm going to come in and make some big changes, and it's going to turn this team around. They're like, all right.
It's the scapegoat level, bro. The NFL's built around that. When something goes wrong, if it's the defense, you fire the defense coordinator first. And then once that happens, then you know what I'm saying? It's like a trickle effect. And it's like, all right, so last year you guys suck-ish. You blame Derek Carr. Then you sign Garoppolo to a 3-year, $70 million or some shit. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Poor management.
But that's enough about the Raiders. I'm good. If you guys are good on the Raiders. Kind of staying in the Raiders division though, we got the Broncos beating the Chiefs. This is probably the biggest surprise, I would say, to me at least, of the this has got to be to anyone, honestly, of the week. Broncos beat the Chiefs. It's the first time beating the Chiefs since 2015. I think it was 16 straight games that the Chiefs had beat them, which is crazy in your division. That's insane to me. They beat them 24-9. Mahomes had a pick or 2 picks, and he fumbled the ball. They had 5 turnovers as a team. Broncos didn't have to really do too much to win the game. Russell had 3 touchdown passes. He only had 114 yards. So they just had short fields. Yeah, it's like me and Madden, bro, but I'm the other side of this. So are you guys worried about the Chiefs, Ben? Are you worried about the Chiefs? Do you think this was just kind of a fluky game? What do you think?
No, I think they'll be just fine.
Okay.
I think there's not much else to that. They'll be just fine.
You know what the problem was, guys?
Oh my God!
Dude, fucking T Swift wasn't there.
Okay.
She wasn't at the game, bro, and they got destroyed.
Yeah,
dude, she's there. You telling me they lose 24-9?
No, they don't. But
I mean, Patrick Mahomes did have the flu. Also, side note to that, didn't perform in a flu game. Is he not the real thing?
That's true. That's true. He's not the Jordan.
Yeah.
With the flu.
Tom Brady would have. I think he probably did. A couple times.
Yeah. Bro, Tom Brady's on some like crazy mineral diet where he doesn't get the flu, bro.
The flu gets him.
Yeah. The flu gets Tom Brady every year. Usually around when it gets a little cold.
Right. But yeah, I'm not really worried about the Chiefs either. I am slightly worried about the receiving core. being so terrible. But it wasn't that much better. I mean, they won the Super Bowl, so and it's not that much different. It's just like they got rid of Juju, and that's it. So
Does that make a big difference?
I don't know. I don't think so. But
Do you think that he draws people?
I think he makes first down catches, but I think that's all he does. Yeah, I don't think the Juju thing should be an issue. I think this team is the same, and their defense is way better this year. Their defense is awesome. You feel bad for their defense, dude. If I'm playing defense and my offense has 5 turnovers, but
You don't have a chance, yeah.
it's Mahomes, so it's like, all right,
Dude,
bro.
that type of shit, bro.
Give him one.
Dude, that type of shit like creates division. I'm telling you, bro.
That team's so fucking good, it doesn't matter, man.
Yeah, with Mahomes, I don't think it matters. If it was like the other way around and Russell threw 2 picks and had a fumble, that defense would be
I was about
like.
to say, especially after a couple games like that, dude. You telling me
The
like
Chiefs have like a chip, dude. Fuck.
Mahomes throws another pick, the defense isn't like, dog, come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I don't think any of us are worried about the Chiefs. I think they'll be in it at the end of the year. I did want to kind of touch on this next thing though. So we talked about Kirk Cousins. I want to talk about how many QBs. There's 10 QBs that are projected to start this coming week that weren't starters at the beginning of the year, which I think is crazy. I'm gonna hit you with some names. We got Dobbs. Well, we don't know that. I don't think Dobbs is gonna play. I think they're gonna play that.
Rookie.
Yeah, I think they're gonna play the rookie for the first week. But
What's that dude's name? Homer or something?
No, yeah, I just saw
Holmes or something.
His name is Jaron Hall.
Hall.
Went to BYU.
Yeah.
Really?
Negative 1.18.
HULL, right?
Him.
Hall.
Oh, like Hall. Okay.
What's the dude from the Bears? Baggett or whatever? Baggett.
Bobo.
Agent. I don't know.
Bobo.
We got Stafford's questionable, so Brent Ripon or whatever his name is. We got Clayton Tune starting for the Cardinals.
Why are they not starting kid out of Georgia?
The old guy?
I think he's having some he stepped away from the team.
Yeah, he's having issues. And then McVay was like, we're not gonna comment on it. That was like 3 weeks ago.
Oh shit.
And I don't think he's been practicing either.
No, yeah.
I think he's like gone.
He's got to figure out some stuff. He's stepping away from the team.
Maybe he's actually. Never mind.
Dude's like 45, probably had a midlife crisis, man.
Oh my god, here we go, dude.
Does anybody draft what's his name out of Oregon? What's that guy's name?
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix has been a college athlete for 17 years. It's
been a long time, bro. Really long time.
Teams.
Yeah.
I just remember watching him in his first
Ole Miss. Dude, that's crazy. He went to I forgot about that because I remember him at Ole Miss. Didn't he go to Ole Miss too?
I don't know.
He did. I feel like I had him on a W team.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
It was like his first Auburn game, and like ESPN ran this highlight thing. They'll do like a background thing about him.
Yeah.
And he grew up an Auburn fan and wanted to play for Auburn and always dreamed of fucking winning at Auburn. He was a quarterback and committed to Auburn right away and and then transferred to Oregon or Ole Miss and then Oregon.
I think it was I think I remember him playing at Ole Miss.
How old is he?
He's literally 29 years old.
Okay, like a Brandon Whedon situation.
Yes, except I feel like Brandon Whedon just went to college late. He took a couple years off.
Guys, we got to reel it back. He's 23.
Might as well.
Oh god, that's funny. Maybe he just started college early.
You do that?
I don't know, bro.
He's turning 24 this year, 100%.
Okay, so he didn't play for Ole Miss. I'm just mistaken. He played for Auburn 2019, 2020, 2021. And then played for Oregon 2022, 2023.
Oh, that's not that crazy.
5-year starter.
It's not that crazy at all.
He's pretty much just like a red shirt senior.
No, he's not. He's a started super senior because he got an extra COVID year. So he's played 5 full years of college.
A lot of college football.
This graduating class.
I meant more just 5 years. Like a red shirt senior would be 5 years.
He's gonna look great in a Raiders uniform.
I have a feeling that this year's draft class is gonna come out and they're gonna be dogs.
Penix?
I thought you were gonna say dog like shit, but
no, like they're gonna be good.
I
But
think they're gonna be good.
Like they're gonna be
Penix
like
is gonna
dogs.
be good.
Dude,
I think Penix is gonna be good.
Penix
I think
going to Washington. I'm calling it.
Commanders.
Yeah.
I was like, he's already there.
Left hand up.
All right, so Clayton Tune for the Cardinals, Heineke starting for the Falcons over Ritter, which is kind of weird.
Nah, it's not. Ritter's dog shit. It's too bad, man.
PJ Walker for the Browns.
Did you guys see his Halloween costume?
Was it himself?
Dude, it was so good, bro. The deer?
Yeah, he was a deer, and his wife or girlfriend, I'm not sure which, she had, I think she was topless, right?
Excuse me?
No, she had a shirt on.
Did she have a shirt? Okay, she had a shirt on, but she had these like lights that were on, that looked like headlights that were on her. Yeah, on her.
Nice.
You know.
You took your hands. All right.
But yeah, and then he was like a deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
That was a good
I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
That's what you and your girl should have done, Ben.
Then he got benched.
I was thinking you and you done.
No, that was Heineke.
Oh,
it's Heineke.
He came in, bro. They saw the costume.
Yeah, they saw that, and then they were like, "We got to play this guy."
Okay. We got PJ Walker for the Browns. We got Will Levis. We can stop and talk about him for a second. He threw 4 touchdowns for the Titans as they beat whoever they were playing. I already forgot.
I watched a lot of that game.
They were playing the Texans.
Game? You didn't watch the Lions game.
No, they weren't playing the Texans. They were playing the Falcons. Sorry.
Oh yeah, they were playing the Falcons. So they saw our boy Ritter get outdueled, and they were like, yeah, by some dude that eats bananas.
He went into concussion protocol. That was the reason he got benched.
Crazy. I'm showing the clip here for a second. Just insane throws from Levis all day.
Oh yeah, it was actually good.
Is it him or is it the jerseys?
Dude, there's no way we can show these.
We're good.
Oh, we absolutely can show these, bro.
We're good. We showed a couple times.
This throw. This is the one. This one is sheesh. Okay. So Will Levis. Maybe we'll talk about him later, but Will Levis definitely. I mean, it's one game. I'm not gonna freak out, but he looked good. He made some good throws. He's definitely got Hopkins on his side. I think after throwing, he scored 3 touchdowns. So, kind of moving on. Gardner Minshew, Zach Wilson, and then Aiden O'Connell in the final 3. So yeah, 10 QBs. I don't remember it being like this. I mean, it's probably like this every year, but this year seems especially rough for starting QBs. It seems
injuries. Just a lot of injuries.
A lot of injuries. A couple people getting benched, but some injury related, some not.
I mean, Tannehill's technically injured.
Right. And then even you said Ritter kind of got banged up, and maybe they'll hold him out. You know,
Clayton Tune,
Walker's in.
Tyler's hurt.
Yeah, pretty much all these are injury related. I mean, if you look at them, besides like the Aiden O'Connell, I mean, the rest are all technically injury related.
Yeah.
Sean Watson, PJ Walker. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all of them are injury related. But I do like Will Levis moving forward. I think Tanny's time is up. I think they should, as a team, move on just to see. And then that's really it. I don't think any of these guys. I mean, you look at these names. Do you guys think anyone else on this list is going to be like a star or like even a
only one that like kind of intrigues me that I'll just kind of keep my eye on this week is Clayton Tune.
Yeah, I could see him. I mean,
who does he play for?
Arizona.
Plays for the Cardinals. They just paid Kyler so much money. Like
they will, but
so much money.
He's somebody that I could see like play really well, and then like in a couple of years he gets like traded to a team, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, who's this guy?" And then like the whole time I'm like, "Dude, that guy can ball." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like a Josh Dobbs. I got you.
Did he go to Wisconsin?
Yes.
Yeah, he did. Those Badgers teams were really good.
Maybe he'll be good. Who knows? But yeah, Zach Wilson maybe in the future if he can figure it. But he just doesn't look good. So I don't know. Yeah, we're kind of moving on. We're gonna talk about something. I want you guys to give me your top 3 NFL MVP candidates at this moment. I'm gonna.
Wow.
I know. I put you guys on the spot, but
I got 2 in my head right away. So,
I can give you mine to kind of start, unless one of you guys is
We have
ready
to
with
have different
3.
ones, or
I think we'll probably have some similar, some different. Um, I can give you my number 3 if you want. If you don't want to rattle all 3 of them off, but would you rather do that, or would you want to just do we can each give our top 3?
I'll just give her top 3.
All right.
I think
You
we
want me to
give
go
her all
first?
top 3, and then we discuss.
Yeah, maybe get a consensus top 3 one. Well, if one of you guys are ready, you guys can go. But if not, I can shoot
Okay, well
mine through.
the first one I'm just gonna say off the rip, and he has to be Tyreek fucking Hill.
Okay.
Tyreek Hill's got to be in there, bro.
Okay.
Dude.
I thought about adding. He's not on my 3.
He's in my 3. There's no
wide receivers don't win MVPs.
I don't want to hear it, bro. This guy's
There's
been literally the most valuable player.
I'll tell you, 2 was on
Calvin
my
Johnson.
list.
Calvin Johnson broke the receiving record.
At this pace,
on a bad team,
Tyreek's gonna blow out his record.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp won the Triple Crown. I don't even know if he got an MVP vote.
I think Tyreek Hill.
Tua is going to throw for 5,000 yards and 48 touchdowns.
So Tua's
for fucking Tyreek, and Tua will win the MVP.
Tua's potentially in there too.
Tua is the number 1.
Tua is my number 1.
Yeah, easily.
So, but I do think Tyreek is, if there was a player to win it, I think his season is just out of control right now.
What about C-Mac?
I think C-Mac's good. I just think that team has kind of fell off. So I think that's an issue. And I just think it's kind of hard to win it as a running back. Like, it's just, unless you just like go crazy. I don't think he's been like crazy. He's been pretty good for fantasy, but I think kind of going to my next one here. What do you guys think about Lamar? I think this team looks a lot better than they did last year without him, and I think his stats aren't crazy. But I think Lamar Jackson deserves to at least be in the consideration for MVP.
I would say he's like boiling. You know what I mean? Like he's coming.
His problem is his stats aren't that great.
Yeah.
But he does have like almost 400 yards of rushing and 5 touchdowns rushing. So
if they keep winning, he'll like put together the season. You know what I'm saying?
They're 6-2. You know what I mean? Like they look really good. He's doing what he's asked.
If they have 13, 14 wins, he'll probably have 3,800 passing yards. 28 touchdowns, something like that. At that point, probably pushing 1,000 yards.
Right, and he only has 3 picks, which Tua's got 7, but he's got double the touchdowns. So it's like
attempts probably.
And Tua's doesn't run the ball. He's 26 rushing yards. But yeah, I don't. my last one is Josh Allen. He's got. Okay, you don't like Josh Allen. The problem with Josh Allen is Buffalo's 5-3, and he hasn't looked great. But I mean, his stats really aren't that much. To me, he's got like less passing yards, but he's got about the same amount of touchdowns and interceptions as Tua. But he also has 200 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns running the ball, which Tua doesn't have. So I think if Buffalo like makes a run and they finish like, with 12 wins, 13 wins or whatever, I think he's gonna be up there too. I mean, who do you have at filling out yours? Ben, I mean, you did not like my Josh Allen. Are you gonna say Patrick Mahomes?
I think that Travis Kelce is probably the player that could do it because of who he is and if he can put together the season that he's on track to do, not counting last game. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a good one.
Yeah, that would be on brand with the NFL.
We're in a weird point in the season that like it's starting to turn. You know what I mean? Like teams are starting to lose a couple games that we're winning. You just don't know yet. Joey Burrow could come out and blow it out for the rest of the season.
Same with Herbert.
If
the Chargers go on a run, I mean, they're looking kind of rough, but if they went on a run, I could see him doing it too. Yeah, I mean, the Bengals kind of bouncing back.
I would just say my like early favorite definitely is just Tua.
Tua, okay.
Kind of far and away right now. He's in the lead.
Devin, who did you have like kind of? I know you said Tyreek. I don't know who else you thought might be in that conversation.
Literally mine right now in my head, and you guys won't agree with it at all, but I don't care. It's Tua, Tyreek, and then Jared Goff.
Okay.
Google NFL passing leaders right now and tell me Jared Goff doesn't deserve to at least be in the comment, especially if we continue to win. He's got like 26-ish,
I don't think it's
2,600
crazy.
yards, 2100, 21. How many? 12 touchdowns ish.
5 picks.
Yeah, 5 picks. I mean, it's not that terrible, man, at all. He's in my head, the most valuable player is like the person that's like carrying.
Yeah, the problem with him is going to be like there's going to be a quarterback on a team with a similar record that has way better stats. So it's going to just be kind of hard for him to win it unless the Lions just like win like 14 games, you know.
That's what I mean. Yes, to me,
That's
who
possible,
I wanted. That's what when I analyzed the season, I watched a lot of football this year, more than I have in the last 3 years, probably combined already. Literally Tua and Tyreek on their own kind of plane. Honestly, I'd give it to Tyreek, but I know they don't give it to wide receivers. But my vote, honestly, if I somehow had an MVP vote, I'd vote for Tyreek.
I mean, he comes away with like 20 touchdowns, 2,000 yards.
It's different, man.
Maybe.
So
dude, he had like 120 yards and a touchdown, and people were saying he had a bad game.
Is there a reason you would include Jared Goff in the conversation, but not like a Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts is definitely somebody. He'd probably be like my next one. I think Jalen Hurts has a little bit more to work with, so I don't think he's as valuable to the team, meaning most valuable player. But
yeah,
I would say like mainstream. Yeah, it's probably like if you look, it's probably like Mahomes, Hurts, and Tua. Not in that order, but those 3.
Yeah, for sure. I could.
But it's like that. But that's what fun is that, bro?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like I said, like literally when I watch the games, like I think impact on the game, Tyreek's having the most impact right now.
He's got 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns.
And Tua's another guy that's throwing in the ball, so he'll probably win it because for Tyreek to be good, Tua's got to be good. Just how it goes.
Yeah. No, for sure.
He's got 4 games over 150 yards, and I mean 2 games.
It's week 9, by the way.
Crazy.
It's week 9.
Yeah,
and
like
they play 17 games, Ben. Don't forget that extra game. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy right now, man.
You know what makes me kind of sad is I think that there's a world where we were on I mean, I don't like it for Lions fans, but we were on a Kirk Cousins MVP type of season. He's having a crazy year. They got the 4-4. We could have saw a Kirk Cousins MVP year.
Bro, I'm telling you, they were a team. The Lions had to play them twice, 2 times in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, he also has 18 touchdowns.
I was hoping and praying that we were like quote unquote clinched around that time. I do not want to play Minnesota. On Minnesota at the end of the year for like the division. That sounds stressful, bro.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I mean, it's the carpet's laid out. We better not fucking blow this.
And that kind of goes with
Green Bay sucks. Vikings just lost their quarterback. The Bears suck. Like, there's no reason.
Yeah. I mean, kind of like to tie it into last episode. And if you guys haven't checked out last episode, make sure you do it. We talked about, you asked the question, Ryan, like out of the NFC North, besides the Lions, who else would you root for? That's kind of why I would pick Minnesota at that time. Now my answer probably might be the same, slightly changes, but like Minnesota seemed to be like exciting and like kind of okay.
Yeah, even with JJ hurt, Addison just kind of stepped in and they still looked great. And they got Hawkinson. That team overall just looked good, and it's just kind of a bummer, man. I feel bad for Kirk because, like I said, I think he had a chance to have like a Matt Ryan season where it's just like a really, really good season.
He was like getting loaded on the cart, and he was like pretty much like looking around like at the scoreboard to see like what the play just happened. They could you know what I'm saying? He was like, let's go, sad. You know what I'm saying?
For the boys, yep, 100%, bro. And
like, bro, dude just tore his Achilles and like still is like, oh, did they get that first? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he was at like a trunk or treat thing on like a little scooter thing like a day later, bro. Like, cause he like committed to it, and there's a bunch of kids coming to see him, and he was just there. Like, it's crazy to me.
Damn.
Crazy, bro.
We made it a joke while we were watching. Not a joke, but it's kind of a joke. But if I'm Kirk Cousin or his team, I'm hitting up Aaron Rodgers' camp right now and being like, "Hey, man, you got the name of that doctor?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, they were showing Aaron Rodgers out there literally like doing like little 2-step drops and throwing it pregame.
Yeah, what do you think about that he's out there doing that? Like, I mean, is that like an Aaron Rodgers, like, I want attention? Like, what else is the reason to even get out there and do that? Like,
to try to exercise it just to do it.
Yeah.
I know, but you can do that any day. You know what I mean? Like, why
to be
are you
there?
doing it?
Yes, to be there with the team on game day.
Yeah,
that's why.
That's fine. It's cool to be there, and maybe you're hyping up the team by showing that you're getting ready. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
But to your point, though, it is like taking away because, like, what are we talking about? We're not talking about the Jets' performance. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers throwing in the pregame.
They won a crazy game. The punter played the best game I've ever seen.
We didn't even mention that, but we're talking about Aaron Rodgers throwing. That's why he does it.
Right, 100%.
That's why they do it. They probably told him to go out there and do it.
Yeah, hype up the fans and the team. I don't know, man.
All the fans are out there like, man, you see 12 throwing the ball around?
You're right. But I wanted to, it's kind of the day after Halloween, but I kind of want to do a little like fantasy Halloween type of deal. I'm just going to list, I think we did this maybe for Thanksgiving. Maybe we did this for Halloween last year too, but I'm going to name a candy. You give me a player that's kind of related to that candy for you this year in fantasy. If that makes sense. Well, I mean, you might have a different view of a candy than I am, so that's kind of like where it's at.
That's where we ran into last year. We were like, we said something, and then like Ben said like his favorite, and you were like, wait, no, this is supposed to be bad.
No, I like that though. I like that. It's funny to me. So, and I have my reasoning for the. I mean, I have some like pre-picked. I probably should have sent this to you guys so you could have pre-picked some, but I'm gonna kind of start with one, and I'll give you mine first, and then we can shoot to one of you guys while I kind of, you can get a second to think about it. But this candy is actually your favorite candy. We talked about this. One of your favorites, I guess, a Three Musketeer.
Well, Three Musketeer.
So when I think of Three Musketeer, so Ben's shaking his head. He must not like Three Musketeers. So,
that's okay.
So this one, I actually didn't know he was an MVP candidate, but I actually said Jared Goff. He's solid. You don't eat it, and you're like, dude, this is so good. It's just kind of like pretty solid. If you're like craving something, it's probably gonna knock your craving, but it's not gonna like blow you away. That's kind of what I was thinking with the Three Musketeer. When I think Jared Goff, it's like, yeah, he can throw for 202 and win you a ball game, but he's not going to throw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns generally. Yeah, that was kind of what I thought for Three Musketeer. I don't know if you guys had enough time to think about Three Musketeer.
Well, I'll go first, Ben, to give you a little time here because mine's not perfect, but when I think of Three Musketeer, it's like I was telling you, Ryan, like it's like the candy bar that like I don't think I've ever actually went to the store and bought a Three Musketeer, but like when I would get it in Halloween and it was in my bag, like I'd be like, oh shit, let's go, it's Three Musketeer, because it wasn't like Milk Duds or something, like it was like the nice candy, but I never got it. So when I think of that, I think of more of a team I root for. That would be kind of like Three Musketeer-ish, and then turn that into a player on that team. For me, the Three Musketeers would be like maybe like I can't think of the player, but I was gonna say like
I honestly thought you were gonna say Dak Prescott.
No,
I thought you were gonna say Dak right away.
I where my head was at was the Cowboys, but I was gonna say like Blake Jarwin, but that's not relevant anymore. It would be like the Cowboys, where it's like I never have ever went out and been like I'm a Cowboys guy, but like when they're on TV, I don't mind watching them, and like I kind of liked Blake Jarwin at the time or something like that, or Zeke Elliott,
Jason Witten, Dalton Schultz.
So I can't think of somebody on that team at the top of my head. Van Der Esch. I don't know. I can't, like, Micah Parsons is too good. He's not a Three Musketeer, you know what I'm saying?
Right. CeeDee Lamb's probably not a Three Musketeer.
Yeah.
Tony Pollard looks like a Three Musketeer, I'll tell you that.
He's a real Three Musketeer.
He's a Three
I
Musketeers.
guess I'll say like Tony Pollard just for the sake of this, but kind of I wanted to explain where my head was at, and I think you guys got it.
I like it. And do you have a Three Musketeer player?
No, give me the next candy. I'll start the next one.
Okay. All right. Candy corn.
Oh yeah, easy. I'm on Ross St. Brown.
Oh, really?
What, dude?
Reliable, like delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Comes in large quantities.
Oh, I like that. Okay, that's good. That's a good answer. So for candy corn, I had never had candy corn. This is kind of why I put it as a candy on here, so I can kind of tell the story too. I never had candy corn up until about 2 weeks ago, and I had it for my first time, and because everyone says it sucks, so I thought it sucked. It's just like frosting in like candy form. It's like literally frosting. I love frosting, but everybody's kind of low on frosting. But I like frosting a lot. So I guess the kind of the name that kind of came to my mind was you might not agree with this because you love it, but it's Chris Godwin because he's on my fantasy team, so that's another reason too. But he's like super good. He's always been really good. He's just there. He always does kind of his part. You could almost say Mike Evans too. Both these guys kind of go hand in hand to me. Both of those guys. But yeah, Candy Corn, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, just kind of really good. But everyone just kind of like doesn't love them for some reason. Yeah, that was my candy corn. I'm assuming Devin hates candy corn.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm not a big candy corn guy.
A hate take.
The thing that pops in my head, and it's kind of hints back to a little bit of last year, and I don't know why it's like this. I can't explain it. There's probably somewhere if I went back and figured it out. But anybody on the Colts defense is candy corn. I feel like every year there's like a linebacker or a corner or a safety on the Colts that everybody fucking loves. And then every year people talk about the Colts and they'll be like, oh yeah, the Colts, them, they might be good this year. And it's like, dude, it's candy corn, bro. No. Candy corn was good in the 90s when like it came out and Peyton Manning. Like, yeah, it was cool. But no, dude, I hate the Colts. Get out of here.
Do you think Trevor Lawrence is a candy corn?
No, because he's like pretty solid.
Like there's a lot of hype. Okay, I guess I was thinking more like hype wise.
I feel like if you're gonna, if we're going that, I feel like Trevor Lawrence is like Tootsie Roll almost. Nah,
Tootsie Roll is actually my next one. So.
Oh wow.
I love Tootsie Rolls. So
I guess that will lead that where my head's at.
That was good.
I like
Trevor Lawrence is a Tootsie Roll.
He's a Tootsie Roll. It's like one of the just like a solid candy. It's not like too in your face, but kind of. And Trevor Lawrence is in your face a lot. London games.
Got a good chew.
Yeah, he's a handsome motherfucker. Looks like a model,
Yeah.
I just feel like he's kind of the Tootsie Roll, so I'll let you guys go on that.
Okay. And do you have a Tootsie Roll? I have my Tootsie Roll, but if you have one.
Oh, I'm gonna go for my fantasy team again because Tootsie Rolls are literally my favorite. So
mine's from
Cowtails are your favorite, bro.
No, wrong.
Damn.
Mine's from your fantasy team too. I took a different approach with the Tootsie Roll. When I think Tootsie Roll, I think small. So I'm thinking of a smaller player. I'm thinking of a player because how many Tootsie Rolls do you guys eat in a sitting? Because I eat like 2 or okay, so I eat 2 or 3 Tootsie Rolls and then I start to feel kind of nauseous. So you guys can put back Tootsie Rolls. I get sick if I eat like 2 or 3 Tootsie Rolls. So I don't know what we switched this player. God damn it, dude. Devon Achane.
Oh yeah.
Because he got hurt after a couple games. But he was really good for those couple games. And I love Tootsie Rolls, love how they taste, but I do get a little sick after a while. So that's
or your knee blows out. That's cool. Either one.
Any small.
Yeah, like half the Tootsie Roll has paper on it, and you just can't wait. So you just eat it anyways.
Oh my god.
They did pull a stretcher out.
So I only have one more candy. It's Snickers. I love Snickers, but I don't eat Snickers a ton. And what I do is I forget how much I love Snickers. So my Snickers player is Alvin Kamara because he was gone for part of the year and then he came back. I have him on a fantasy team. He's like one of the best fantasy running backs of all time. It's crazy. I saw a side by side with him and CMC's stats, and they're like identical. I mean, CMC missed a couple of years, but Alvin Kamara's kind of missed time too. It's just kind of crazy how good those guys are, and they both came out like the same year. But yeah, Snickers. I kind of forget how much I like them, and then that is a candy bar I'll grab at the gas station though, like here or there. If I'm like on a road trip, I'll grab like a Snickers, and I'm like, man, this is good. But then you can't eat too much of it because you'll go to jail or whatever happened to him.
What?
Yeah, that's my Snickers. Do you guys both like Snickers? First off,
Yeah.
okay.
They're pretty good. They're solid. They're like, I got my answer. So when I think of Snickers, I think of like always there, the commercials for it. You see it all the time.
In your face, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with in that same concept, Steelers defense. More specifically,
more teams, bro.
More specifically, Troy Polamalu. Troy Polamalu is the first guy I think of when you say Snickers.
I thought for sure you were gonna say Travis Kelce, and you said the Pittsburgh defense.
Yeah,
Troy Polamalu hasn't played in 10 years.
No,
I like it though, man.
Then so if I had to like translate that, I would say like maybe like TJ Watt or like Minka Fitzpatrick, somebody star on the Steelers defense. I feel like, dude, every time you watch anything, there's a Snickers commercial, and anytime you look up anything football, you see the Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Steelers are in your face.
Why I don't get why people hate the Cowboys. If anybody should hate anybody, it should be the fucking Steelers, bro.
Should be the Steelers and Patriots, bro. That's who we should all be hating.
Patriots.
Patriots too, but the Steelers, like, they were there too, man. Especially like earlier on, but like not as much recently. But there was a time period, man.
Steelers,
they
had like AB and Le'Veon, like that team. That team, a lot of people rooted for because we all played fantasy football. And we all loved Ben Roethlisberger in fantasy. We loved AB. We loved whoever their second receiver. It was like Mike Wallace randomly. And then, and then they always had Le'Veon, who was just a dog. So, I don't know, man. I feel like that maybe that team wasn't. And they didn't win a ton, right? I mean, they kind of like, they kept losing at like in the playoffs every year to like the Patriots. And it's like, it's like you couldn't hate them that much because they're like, they weren't winning enough. Yeah, did that team even win a Super Bowl? I don't even think they won a Super Bowl, did they?
Yeah, Ben Roethlisberger won one, didn't he?
He won
it right away as a rookie.
Oh.
That team specifically didn't win one.
Yeah, probably.
Didn't they play Aaron Rodgers and lose? I think that team played against Aaron Rodgers.
Maybe, yeah.
I think that's the Super Bowl Aaron Rodgers won. But
they
yeah,
played an 8-1. They won 6 of them.
Yeah, but they like were all like a long time ago.
Well, in the 70s, 80s.
Yeah, they won the one like against Seattle, right?
They won 2009.
That was against Arizona.
That was no way that was Ben Roethlisberger's first year, was it?
No.
I think he won.
He has
two.
He has 2?
I thought he won against Seattle too, like his rookie year.
That was Super Bowl XL in Detroit.
Did they win that?
Yeah, Jerome Bettis, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he has 2. But neither of them were with that like core that we all think.
Ben Roethlisberger has 2 Super Bowls?
Yeah.
Everybody's been dogging this guy?
100%.
People are faded, bro.
He's like a first ballot Hall of Famer, like for real.
Shout out Tony in the chat. He just texted me to confirm the Super Bowls.
Yeah, you want to hear Ben Roethlisberger's stats first Super Bowl? Let's show him. He was 9 for 21, 123 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks for a 22 QBR rating.
Won that game.
Crazy, bro. You know what's even more crazier is he had 123 yards passing. Hines Ward had 123 yards receiving. You guys probably thinking, how did that happen? Antoine Randall also had a pass for 43 yards.
Randall L, man. We love Randall L.
Wide receiver coach Slants, bro.
Yep. Yeah, so we do our game of the week here. Our game of the week is obvious. It's going to be Miami versus Kansas City in Germany.
Let's say it's that obvious, but then you said that, and I was like, yeah, that's obvious.
I didn't even, dude, I pulled up the games. I looked at the Thursday game. I was like, that's not great. And then I looked at that game, and I didn't even look at the rest. So,
yeah. Wait, when you said that, I'm like in my head, I'm like, literally, I'm like, what game is obvious? Yeah, so that's Germany. 9:30 a.m.
Eagles is okay.
Cowboys Eagles is great too, but
Bills Bengals is okay, and that's it. All the other ones are just kind of
Bills Bengals. That's like the DeMar Hamlin situation last
Seahawks
year.
Ravens kind of.
There's decent games, but I don't think any game is better Miami versus Kansas City. When is that? If you have it pulled up, Ben, when is that Cowboys game by chance? Do you have it pulled up?
The late game.
It is 4:25 now. It's 4:25.
3:25, but yeah.
Hell yeah, boys.
Sunday night Bills Bengals, Monday night Chargers Jets.
Man, another primetime Chargers game.
Bills Bengals should be a good one too.
Yeah, I'm hyped for that. It's going to be a really good.
You're telling me Sunday we got a Cowboys Eagles into a Bills Bengals?
Cardinals Browns game might be alright to watch.
Dude, the crazy thing about this Sunday, bro, we literally wake up or whenever.
Yeah, stress-free football, bro.
9:30, we get Miami versus Kansas City, and then into what was the other game you said, Ben? You said the Seattle
Ravens, yeah.
Yep, at 1:00 our time. And then you take that into the Eagles versus the Cowboys at 4:00, into the Bills versus dude.
Or you could watch the Giants Raiders game.
Yeah, I'd rather watch paint dry.
You can waterboard me.
Yeah, literally, I'll waterboard myself just for some excitement, dude.
Right,
Might be an exciting game because they're both kind of shitty.
Hold on, 1:00. You're telling me I can watch Clayton Tune versus PJ Walker?
That's what I'm saying. I think Deshaun's gonna play.
Dude,
I saw that he might too. I almost changed that.
Is it Josh Dobbs?
I'm coming back for this game. This is the game you want to come back for. You don't want to go against the Ravens next week.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, I will say as a Josh Dobbs fantasy owner, I've watched way more Cardinals football than I've liked to this year. And I can tell you now that he's gone, I will not be watching this game.
I have Kyler, so I'll be tuning in to see Clayton Tune.
Yeah.
Okay, so the over under in this game is 50.5. I'm gonna take the over.
Wait for the Chiefs Dolphins.
This Kansas City defense is a little bit better, but I think the over is probably what you want. But this might be a trap.
Feels like a trap.
Do we think
it's in Germany, bro?
Back on track. Okay, wait. More important question that we don't talk about it a lot, but is Taylor Swift going to be at this game in Germany? No. Probably not. So
maybe
unless she made like a meet and greet over there, and they're like vacation. That's what rich people do, bro. They like vacation to fucking Germany.
Can we get a Google real quick if she's going to be at the Germany game?
I'm gonna Google right now.
Thank you. So the line. You don't have to say it out loud.
The over-under changes.
The Kansas City -1, so they're favored. I'm kind of surprised they're favored. They just lost this game to the Broncos, but they're Kansas City, so they probably get favored in every game just because they're Kansas City. What do you think the keys for the Chiefs are to win this game? To kind of keep up with the Dolphins, and what do you think they need to do?
Because you're not going to cover Tyreek, you're going to have to really stop Tua.
Right. Yeah, 100%. I think that's literally what I put as the Chief defense needs to help its offense, which is crazy if you think about the Chiefs and how they're built all these years. You always think of like they had a crap defense and it was like a decent defense that could make like turnovers, but it was never a great defense. Now it's like flip-flopped. It's like their defense is super good and their offense is always going to be good with Kelsey and Mahomes, but it just has not been clicking, man.
Why did they not trade for anybody?
Right, I was kind of thinking the same thing. Even to get like a level of Donovan Peoples-Jones, it's like even to get someone around that level. But they've also been really burned recently. I don't know who's doing the trading over there. Like they had like the Kadarius Toney trade. So they just traded for Mecole Hardman technically. So like I kind of get it, but like you don't think they could have went and got like someone else? Yeah. It's crazy too because you see like these really good receivers. I remember when Amari got traded from the Cowboys to the Browns. It was like for like a 5th round pick. It's like because they have pretty big salaries, so these teams are like.
I mean, the team's like, what else are you gonna do? Either let them walk or get something.
Exactly. So it's like you couldn't have. There's got to be someone in the league. Like they couldn't have went and got T. Higgins. Like I mean, he might have been a little more expensive because they could just franchise him, I guess. But like, I mean, they just paid Joe Burrow. They're not keeping T. Higgins. Like you couldn't have went. And if I'm Cincinnati, I guess I'm trying to compete, so I understand why they didn't trade him. But if you're like a team that's competing and you need a receiver like the Chiefs do, go get fucking T. Higgins.
Yeah.
It's Sorry.
Give him a second round. Who cares?
Who
I
cares?
guess it's
You're the
yeah.
Chiefs. It's gonna
I
be
think
a
it's
late
exactly
second.
what you said. Even if they called, I bet you the Bengals hang up on the Chiefs.
That's true too. That's I guess another layer of they're like, yeah, we're not watching T. Higgins torch our defense.
Yeah, like, are you kidding me, bro? I can't believe you're calling.
Well, maybe you got to call someone else, man. You call an NFC team and maybe try to make something work. But what do you think, Devin? Did you get the information we're looking for? Is Taylor Swift?
I didn't hear anything you guys said because I was deep diving to try to find some intel on this Taylor Swift situation. Okay. I have groundbreaking news for you guys.
Okay, yeah, she's not going to be there.
I'm going to guess she's not going to be there. The reason for it, she is kicking off the international leg of her tour just 5 days later in South America. I have a hard time believing she's going to fly all the way to fucking Frankfurt, Germany to watch.
On a private jet might be pretty easy.
I don't know. I have a hard time believing she's going to do that and then go all the way down to South America just in a few days.
If I'm the Chiefs owner, I'm making it happen because they need a win.
Possible, yeah. But that's the rumor on the street right now. Germany. Nobody thinks she's going to be there.
All right.
Are the Germans going to show, you think?
Yeah, dude, that game will be sold out.
Dude, I just love that you went breaking news. I don't think she's going to be there.
I don't know for sure. I didn't see a tweet from her where she's like, no.
I don't think she's a Twitter.
Dude, if you're that famous, you stay off social media.
I would for sure.
I would never go on social media.
Swift. So many haters. We stand with Taylor here on this.
We're Swifties.
Show.
Blank space, you know.
Oh yeah, man, for sure. I'm trying to think of. It's all right. 2 out of 3 of us Swifties. Keys for the Dolphins, Devin. What do you think the Dolphins need to do to win this game against Kansas City in Frankfurt, Germany, where it's going to be bumping? The Germany game last year was insane. I cannot wait to watch this game, except the fact that we're staying up till about 3 a.m. the night before playing Fortnite.
Yep. It should be a great time, by the way. I'll just plug it, twitch.tv/Moosiah, MOOSSIAHH.
Nice.
Should be fun. Anyways.
Is it build or is it no build?
They said that they're keeping no build with the old map, and they add zip lines. So there's some spots that are impossible. Should be fun. Old maps, old map, old guns. It's gonna be fun. The planes are coming back.
So they're just kind of re-releasing everything again?
Yeah, real quick. For anybody that cares, what they're doing is they're going back in time. It's part of the lore of the story. Something happened with the time machine, and they're each week they're gonna advance the the pool in the map and then at the end it's gonna catch up to where it was, kind of thing. Yeah, and then I'm assuming something big's gonna happen. But they are spending, I would guess, millions of dollars for advertising for this OG Fortnite. They sent a huge tomato head in Tim the Tatman's backyard, and Ninja had something. They emailed these or they sent these boxes that you open them and it plays famous clips from people. Really? They're they're going hard. They're going hard. So I'm excited. But yeah. So key takeaways: Dolphins, Chiefs here. I think Dolphins a little bit different. I think the obvious answer is obviously Tua and Tyreek keep going. Dude, Tyreek gets 200 yards and 4 touchdowns. They're winning this game. Obviously. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to go a little bit different here. I do think, kind of going what you said, Ryan, with the over-under being 50 or something like that. I think that Miami, if they really... They probably win a shootout with the Chiefs. But if I'm game planning, I'm trying to avoid it. I'm trying to control the clock as much as possible. I don't know what the fuck you guys are going to do, but you guys got to start running the ball. You got to control the clock. You can't score in fucking 25 seconds and kick the ball back to Mahomes.
I mean, that sucks for your defense, especially the way this Kansas City offense does work. When it is working, it's a very methodical offense. It's not like a deep shot offense.
Not in Arrowhead, but it is technically a home game for the Chiefs. So
it's in Frankfurt Stadium.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters.
Dude, I think I've heard players talk about that, when the whole stadium's red and
But it won't be. It'll be like rainbow from all the different jerseys that everybody
No, I
bought,
think they
'cause
give
don't know
them
the
shit,
difference.
bro. No, they give them shit. They give them like
Try to make it
posters.
like a
So
home
like
game
they
advantage.
do.
Yeah,
They do.
they're inviting Taylor Swift. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Do you think the winner of this game is kind of vaults themselves into above the other in the MVP race? You think if
Yeah.
I think we could see if Mahomes does have a really good game and they beat Miami, I could see he's probably like,
Bro, this is like
the MVP.
these are the type of matchups, like besides playoff type shit. Like these are the matchups that people talk about. Nobody gives a shit when you put up 70 against the Broncos, man.
It's what you're prove. This is your like prove it game.
Right.
When you're playing the
100%,
Chiefs, fucking you guys all travel halfway across the world and you show up and they don't. Yeah, you take a clear advantage.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Like if we beat the Bears first and then lost to the Seahawks and then had the same record we do now,
Yeah, it wouldn't be the same, dude.
The respect.
But we like Thursday night opening fucking game, we went in and we fucking beat the Chiefs on the road. That's like a statement, bro.
Yeah, no, that was sick. But I think that's one of our biggest statement wins. I mean, that's got to be right. I mean,
I've ever seen in my entire life.
I think that's probably the biggest win I've ever seen in the Lions history in my entire life, and that's sad. That's sad. I'm not saying it's crazy, but that's sad. But it was cool.
To look forward to. We got some more to look forward to, and I hope we get some more dubs.
Sure.
I honestly, for me, one of our greatest wins up until that game was the game that had no. It was the last game of last year that literally couldn't even make us into the playoffs because we already knew, and we went out and beat Aaron Rodgers, and that was one of the best games. It's like it wasn't even for anything for us, but it was for. I think that win set us up for an off season instead of us kind of on the trajectory that we're on. So
sure.
That's really it. Who's your fantasy MVP for this game, Ben?
It's Tua.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll take over here. Yeah, no, Tua, I think definitely is kind of the obvious answer for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pick someone from the other team. Let's go. Kelsey has his first. I think Taylor shows up. Kelsey shows out.
Rice halftime show.
Spoiler, dude.
Maybe
the NFL hasn't. They haven't leaked that yet.
They had the script.
They give us the information earlier because we're such a poppin' show. So,
yeah. Taylor Swift fan
Taylor
club.
Swift halftime show confirmed. We'll be there. Live show for Frankfurt.
Yeah, we'll actually be in Frankfurt.
Wouldn't that be something? There's like 3 people watching. They're actually in Frankfurt.
Like, holy shit, they did it.
Tony was like, "What's?"
For the record, we're not going to Germany. I don't even have a fucking passport.
I'm not gonna go to Germany. We got the Fortnite thing.
Sure. Yeah, I can't miss that.
I'm good. Are you guys good? Sorry, my
we're
kids.
Good. We're good. Yeah, it's bedtime for them for sure.
For me too.
But yeah, much love, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out, and we will be live next week.
We have a different show.
Say bye, Avery.
She's running away.
You're running away. Bye.
Bye.